there, one-timers. This is your one-time opportunity to learn how society works. Stay tuned to experience this one-time topic.
You must not lose faith in humanity. Humanity is an ocean. If a few drops of the ocean are dirty, the ocean does not become dirty. It's what Mahatma Gandhi thought of society. But what do you think? Here in the One Time Podcast, we will look for the answers, and we are going to talk about chasing fame.
Today, me, Francisco,
and Diego
will be leading you
through this experience.
So for our first question, what does fame mean to you?
Okay, for me, fame is like being recognized, being seen, like show your talent for the people sees you.
Yeah, it's like exactly what you say. It's like when you want to be famous, it's like, hey, I'm here. The world entire have to know me, and that's the problem about chasing fame, because you're always like obsessed with the thing to be famous. But what exact famous mean? But it's exactly what I say and what you say. It's like being recognized, like, hey, I'm here. I wanted to be known by all the people that exist here.
For me, fame is always wanting to have social validation and be recognized and praised.
For me, fame is trying to stay alive even after death, like people remembering you for the longest time.
Some people think that fame maybe is like a form to, well, in this view or point of view of some people, just to be recognized that, I remember this person, he was like the best making rice, for example. Yeah, like they got this fame, they want to be remembered.
For me, power also comes into play because people want to be respected by the majority of people they can, and they want their legacy to be heard of. So it's also about power, like I said. They want their influence, their opinions to be swayed on people and all that stuff.
I think fame is wanted to be obviously recognized, but also take it in place. Our opinions have power, have wealth. People want money, people want to live in a comfortable way, so I think that comes with fame.
For me, fame is being known by society. Like being able to influence people by doing something you love or like.
How does fame affect the authenticity and the sense of identity of a person?
Well, in my opinion, I think that the fame somehow like corrupts you, let's say, and makes you a different person in videos or streams or whatever, like your real life. An example could be that some streamers are more goofier or they do a lot of crazy stuff, but in the real life they are more serious. And well, that got some consequence because the people, when they meet them in real life, they are like weird. They are like a confused reaction because they think that you are the same as the people in the videos.
I also think that there's like a public and private persona where they are completely two different things, right? But there are times where even one person can be confused and kind of switch between those both. And then they like kind of mix them up. And then instead of like acting up like a crazy person, you actually turn into a crazy person. You get into that role so much that you just don't know who you are anymore. You think, oh, I gotta fit in, I gotta be like, oh, I'm actually like a Christian, but then there's a lot of people that are like, I'm atheist and whatever, and then you kind of just fit into that standard, that popular thing, and you lose yourself in the process.
Maybe it affects yourself because a lot of famous people always are pretending things that they don't have and also pretending a lifestyle that they don't. So at some point you will lose the capacity of being an authentic person, and because of that, pretending things that you don't have.
Okay, so it can change your identity by the fact that you're getting attached by your audience opinion and statements just to maintain that fame and don't flop. you're making a character out of yourself. So you're basically losing your own critical thinking, your own opinion, yourself.
Like my classmate says, when you become famous, people start to expect things about you. They idealize you in a way that the person that gains fame, a little fame, no longer has authenticity. They no longer feel the same because people expect to meet the famous person, not the person that is behind all that.
I really think that fame really affects the authenticity of people, because there's a lot of people that at the beginning they were authentic to themselves. They were separating the character that they chose on their videos or on the movies or something like that, but they can start affecting the way they act after several times or after fame comes. I can say an example about the actor of Dr. House. He at first just was pretending to be like to have one bad leg, but then after the movie, after he get the fame, he started acting outside, trying to be like the character. So then he started having the same leg problem without even realizing it. And even his personality changed a lot. So the thing is, after getting fame, people tend to start trying to act up to the standards of the people on the other side of the camera. Like, if I start talking right now about something I really like, but then people disagree with me, I'm not gonna be like, oh, you're wrong. If I'm famous, I will try to go up to the standards and start agreeing with things that I really don't agree with, just to be more popular.
Fame can affect a person's identity by creating a disconnect between who they are and what our people are perceived others. The constant attention can make that person feel it necessary to maintain that image.
The problem is that people, when they became famous, they forget who they are, just thinking all the time about how to be viral or just make what others do. So that's the main problem about being famous and losing yourself on the basically what all the people do.
Fame affects the authenticity and sense of identity of a person when they get so lost in the character that they're trying to play in whatever they are doing, like movies, series, YouTube channels, whatever. That sometimes they start acting like that outside of the screen. So when people see them, they are exactly like the character that they know. And sometimes when they are doing bad things, they can have mental issues and that.
Can a famous person be truly happy, or does fame unavoidably lead to isolation?
I think a famous person can be truly happy if they don't mix their personal life with all this thing about being famous and that.
I feel like it depends on two things, the level of narcissism of one person and how many people have seen that one person. Because if thousands and millions of people know you, of course it leads to isolation. You're always going to be living with some kind of risk. And second, if you're a really narcissistic person, you will start to push away your friends because you feel like you're more than them. Even if you're not truly successful, but since a lot of people know you and recognize your name everywhere, you're a bigger person.